Y'all are about to hate me. Y'all, somebody's gonna be mad after this video. Somebody's gonna be really, really mad. And honestly, does it look like I care? I mean, I care, but I don't care. You know, like my opinion is my opinion and that's what that is. So y'all gonna have to be mad. If y'all are Fenty stans, just know that I'm one of y'all, but I'm an honest Fenty stan, okay? Sit tight for this review because you might have some ruffled feathers coming up out of here. Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the Fenty Snap Shadows. Now, I'm a little late, okay? So all of you guys may have purchased these or made your final decisions on whether or not you're gonna get them, but I'm gonna give y'all my little 2 cents today. I almost didn't purchase these, so y'all got real lucky that I decided to get these palettes just to review on my channel. I think the main purpose of these palettes and the sizing, because they're very, very small, is to be travel friendly. So there's 6 shades in each palette. I picked up number 3 and number 8. And not only are they small, but they snap together, which makes traveling and doing your makeup really, really convenient. Cool beans, Fenty, you came out with some really innovative packaging, whoop, whoop, whoop. But I'm really here to talk about the performance of the palette and make sure you guys know how I feel about the shades themselves, because I have my own little thoughts. So if you guys wanna see how I achieved this look and this look, make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of the video. So the very first look that I did was on my model, which happens to be my little sister. She cute or whatever, you know. We get it from our mom. I use the number 3 Dark Neutrals palette. I think that's what it's called. Number 3 Deep Neutrals. So this is the first palette that I used, and in this palette, you guys can see there are, I feel like these shades are very wearable for women of color, people with deeper skin tones. Nice transition colors down here, about 4 mattes and only 2 shimmers in this palette. I feel like all the colors in this palette are very, very cohesive, but I'm not really a big fan of this shade up here because it's a little bit too cool in my opinion for blending on the brow or as a transition shade. It's just not my kind of shade. I wouldn't use this. But everything else I feel like is really pretty. As I was using the palette, I kind of felt like the shades were not as vibrant as what I expected from Fenty. I was just expecting that as I was applying it with my brush, the colors would build up, they'd be really pigmented, and I did not feel like I got it. Unfortunately, this palette is pretty, but I don't feel like it's super pigmented. But you guys will get to see in the demo how this eyeshadow performed. I like the color story in this palette, but overall, I'm not really impressed with the pigmentation. What do you think about the palette?
It's not as good as I was expecting it to be.
What did you want more from the palette?
More pigment, a better transition shade. Maybe instead of like this shade, maybe something a little bit more warm.
Yeah, that shade is definitely very cool.
It's like a tan, awkward shade. A lot of fallout.
Oh yeah, a lot of fallout. Would you buy this?
No.
Like absolutely no?
Absolutely no. Sorry, Riri. You got about 1 day to drop this album.
And then what?
Before I'm done with you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
So I picked up number 8, and this is the Pastel Frost palette. I haven't seen too many people reviewing this one. It's not an everyday kind of palette that you would pick up and use on a daily basis to really get your money's worth. So I kind of wanted to see how these performed. My favorite shade in this palette is the purple color. I would definitely rock this again. And I like the blue shade, but as a whole, this palette, the color story does not do it for me. Also, while I was using this palette, I felt like there was some fallout as I was dipping in my brush. The shades just seemed kind of crumbly. Not really my vibe, you know? I'm gonna give you guys the demo on this eye look. I actually really did not like it as I was doing it. As it came together, I kind of think it looks really, really good. Since this does not have a transition shade, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Artist Couture palette. And I'm gonna use this color right here as a brow bone shade, just so that I have something blended out over the primer. The first shade that I'm gonna go in with is the purple shade here, and this is called Lady Pimp. I don't feel like it's coming off on my brush the way I want it to. So I'm gonna try to carve out like a winged shape. Guys, I gotta be honest, the purple shade it's pretty purple, but like, I don't like what it's doing in the palette right now. It's bunching up right here and falling all over, and I feel like it's wasted product, and it's kind of bothering me. I'm not really feeling it. So now I'm gonna use this blue shade here called Dirty Denim. So now I'm using the other side of the brush. I'm gonna try to pick up the product. I just don't feel like this is a lot of product on the brush. This is not doing it. That this is not enough product coming off. What is going on here? Let me try my finger. Yeah, that's a lot better with the finger. But I really don't like applying eyeshadow with my finger at all. All I have to say is that these colors are not coming off nearly as pigmented as they looked on Instagram when I was looking at Priscilla Ono's page. I'm not getting the vibrancy that I thought I was gonna get. So, I don't know, I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna try to keep building up the color with my finger, because it seems like that's the only thing that's really doing the trick. All right, I put some foundation on, some bronzer, but I'm just not feeling this look. Like, it's just not, I saw Priscilla Ono do this on her Instagram, and it's just not, everything is not for everybody. I don't have a purple eyeliner because I would use that on my lower lash line, but I'm gonna use this blue one instead. I feel like I look like I just came out of a sci-fi movie. Now I'm gonna use the light blue shade called Mother's Boy. I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line, see how that performs. I feel like it should stick really well since this eyeliner is kind of a sticky base. Yeah. A couple of things that I've noticed about both of these palettes, I don't feel like this is anything that would make me want to run out and purchase it. Number one, the color stories on all of the palettes are not that impressive to me. And I kind of feel like we've seen palettes like this before. I haven't seen a palette with these colors, but honestly, these colors really do not appeal to me whatsoever. It's a little Avon to me. I would gravitate to this one way faster. Like if I had to pick one, this would be my top choice, but I just don't feel like it's anything revolutionary like we've seen these colors before. It's not spitting hot fire, you know? It's not shaking the table. Both of the looks that I've done, this one included, even though I didn't like it at first, I feel like the eyeshadow look that I did on my sister was really pretty. The eyeshadow look that I've done on myself is really pretty as well. It came together, but it's not enough to impress me and feel like I need to spend $45 on two small palettes that have 6 eyeshadows each in them. The other thing I wanted to do was compare the Huda palette to the Fenty. This gets a little tricky because I know Huda Beauty and Fenty, they're kind of like, you know, direct competition for one another. I feel like these two palettes are very similar. This one has 3 more shades than the Fenty eyeshadow palette does. Individually, this one costs $29. Individually, this is $25. So I'm a little bit more attracted to this palette than this one, especially because it has more shades and it's only a couple of dollars more. Guys, I really feel some kind of way that I don't like these palettes. Like, who am I? I feel some kind of way, like my heart is breaking right now. We've been here before. There have been Fenty products that I don't really vibe with, and these just happen to be one of them. I really do like the packaging on them. I think, you know, the numbers on them, they're not my favorite. I don't really love the numbering situation. Like I feel like that could have been a little bit different, but I do like the fact that these palettes snap together for, you know, for traveling purposes and making things easier. But when it comes down to the actual color stories, this one is pretty, but it's definitely typical. Like, what brand does not have a palette that looks like this? And as for the Pastel eyeshadow palette, I picked this one up because I feel like nobody's really reviewing this one, and for good reason, because I feel like this is just not, it's not something I would reach for. The whole pastel thing doesn't do it for me. And on top of that, these shades are just not, they're not it. It's very, to me, this is very like child makeup to me, like Claire's. Dang, I hate saying that about Fenty, I really do. In good conscience, I cannot say that I would recommend this to everybody. The people that I would recommend this to are people that are beginners in makeup and you don't have a big makeup collection and you're just starting to grow your kit, then fine, go out and purchase it. But if you already have makeup and you've got palettes, I'm sorry. I don't see it. And y'all know I do Fenty reviews all the time, so I really am in love with this brand. This video is not to tear down the products or anything, it's just my personal opinion and how I feel. There are plenty of other videos that are gonna tell you to go purchase these palettes and plenty of other good reviews, but for me personally, it ain't it, chief, okay? So, I'm sorry. So that's gonna conclude today's video. I know you guys are probably really disappointed that I'm not feeling this, but I don't know what to tell y'all. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments if you plan on picking this up, if it's a purchase or a pass for you. For me, it's a pass, okay? So I'm gonna have to make room for the next Fenty release, and hopefully that'll shake the table a little bit more than this did, because I'm not feeling shaken up right now. I'm not feeling shook. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Talk to me in the comments about what you guys think about this video. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.